What's good, YouTube? Torie Sama. We got the best Larry Bird versus arrogant showboat story ever told. So the Larry Bird stories, y'all been liking the video, so I'm giving y'all another one. I be enjoying the stories too. They be interesting to see what Bird was saying to these NBA players and what he was getting away with. Let's get right into it.
A person's making an issue out of this as Bird is jarring with him.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah. And Person will be called with the foul. And Person and Bird have a few words.
Bird again.
Oh.
On the floor, and he was pushed by Person.
Person stuffed him and had something to say afterwards. Stuffed him.
By Person.
Snag block, Bird.
Person stuffed him and had something to
Okay.
say afterwards. That's the play of the game right there. And look at Bird. Person didn't dare look at him.
Out
That
of
boy was
all
scared.
of the times where Larry Bird trash talked and dominated an opponent, Chuck Person was one of the few players that stood toe-to-toe with Larry Bird and actually held his own.
It started my rookie year, and first time I touched the ball, my very first game, he said, "Shoot the ball, rookie. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it." I said, "Okay, I'll shoot it." Wow, like that, and it went in. And I said, "Don't ever tell me to shoot the ball. I shoot it every time." And from then on, it's been a battle in the last 6 years.
You found a place.
Bird was targeting all the rookies. Every time you hear a Larry Bird trash talk story or a video like that, I always hear some about Bird tormenting a rookie.
Person uses that right arm to get Bird out of the way, and then he drains it, and then he talks to Larry. Trev, Person for three. They're tied up. And he's jawing with Larry Bird again. Person wants the ball against
Mouthpiece.
Larry Bird. Count it. The first Indiana lead. Listen to the crowd. He'll pull out and shoot a three. Watch him. Here it goes. That'll be good. It is the Person show.
And when they faced off in the first round of the 1991 playoffs, their underrated rivalry was an intense.
If I'm not mistaken, he pushes McHale, and he's gone. He's gone. Thompson is gone.
Physical, hard-fought battle of will.
And now Person's doing a little talking to Bird now. And now they're bumping. And he's back to talking, and so's Larry Bird. Person. And when he talks, he walks.
When he talks, he
With the series
walks.
tied 2 games apiece, Larry Bird in the 5th and deciding game gave us one of the most iconic moments in NBA history.
It is one of the, in the Bird lore, it is one of the top 5 incidents that he did that might have been the last great moment.
Marv, the mood of the Celtics could be described as confident. In fact, this is the 10th deciding game of a playoff series Larry Bird has been involved in. By the way, the condition of his lower back injury remains the same, expecting to play about 40 minutes through pain today. And it has come down to the fifth and the
40 through pain.
between the Celtics and the Pacers. Bird of the open court over Williams. Pacers down court in a hurry. Larry Bird has some words right in the face of Chuck Person as Person called for the timeout.
Hey, I love what
Because
Bird
Larry
said.
started the game off hot, you couldn't tell that he was battling a severe back injury and was in a lot of pain.
Larry Bird at this point in his career is now squeezing to the end. It's a ceaseless struggle to get healthy enough to play.
Larry Bird did not play the final 7 games of the season as he decided to sit out and see if he could get his back ready for the playoffs. His back was day to day, and no one knew if he would be able to play in the series.
I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to feel Thursday or Friday. It's just wait and see. It's a game that we're playing right now, and hopefully I'll be prepared to play every game.
I remember walking in the locker room, and I saw Larry before the game, and I said, "How you feeling?" "I'm okay, I guess." Well, he wasn't okay. Guy could barely put his pants on.
He spent the night
Barely put his pants on. That's a lot of pain to be in. You could do that.
at the hospital in traction, so he had to be in just unbelievable pain.
Bird off balance. 6 points for Larry Bird.
Bird putting his shoulder down that time, actually trying
as Larry Bird carried the Celtics to a lead in the first half while already in excruciating back pain. To make matters even worse, with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, Larry Bird took one of the nastiest falls of his career.
Right now, Larry Bird with 12, and the Celtics lead by 7. 4.5.
Point at him, Bird. He's trash. This was the game where his back was. This is where he messed his cheek up. So his back was like messed up. Could barely put his pants on. And it was a heated rivalry. And he hit his cheek in this game where he fractured his face. And he was already day to day. This is the one where he fractured his face.
As Bird goes after the loose ball to try to save it, he does in fact get it, keeps it in play, but he paid for it, struggling right now to get up.
Bro, Bird looked like dead. This is a crazy like image right now. Dang, Bird.
In fact, get it, keeps it in play, but he paid for it, struggling right now to get up.
It was a thud when he hit that floor. You heard that boom.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was it.
What went through my mind, just hope it wasn't anything too serious. You know, obviously, if there was something wrong with me anytime you see Larry Bird walks off the court. Something seriously got to be wrong.
Larry Bird's face hit the floor so hard that he knocked himself unconscious for a few seconds. He left the game with a concussion and had a broken bone in his face. And with the Celtics leader out of the game, Chuck Person and the Indiana Pacers smelled blood.
Don't think the fact that Larry Bird is in the locker room right now isn't helping the Indiana Pacers pick up their level of intensity. They smell it right now. They know the leader is not on the floor. Someone needs to step up now for Boston and take over in Larry.
What is you doing, bro? You by yourself. This is wild. This is crazy. How do you lose it in that fashion?
And take over in Larry Bird's absence.
They seen Bird was hurt. They was just thinking it was kill at this point, huh? For the Celtics. Dang.
First time this afternoon, the Pacers have had a lead.
Well, you're right. Chuck Person was a real force, and there was a lot of back and forth going on.
Person for 3. Yes. From straight away.
And Larry bangs his head on the floor.
I know.
Bang, boom.
It looks bad every
like
time.
The ship's going to sink, and we're going to go home in the first round.
Person from downtown.
Yo, Persis was sparking it. How many threes he had this game? Because as soon as Bird went out, he went crazy.
What a shot by Chuck Person. And he gets the treatment from the crowd as he reacted. Indiana with a 3-point lead.
And
he
the
turned.
cameras are on Larry emerging from the locker room, coming down the corridor. The cavalry is arriving. The crowd sees him. They go berserk.
And here comes Larry Bird.
Yo, that's aura, Larry. You walked outside, the whole crowd started cheering, screaming. They knew it was up. They knew they had a chance.
I got the sense the Pacers were stunned to see him there, and that they thought, holy what's going to happen now?
Throughout this timeout, they have been standing and cheering since Larry Bird made his way from underneath the tunnel from the Boston locker room. He went out with 4:23 remaining in the second.
Bird, you broke, bro. Your back is messed up. You broke something in your face. You got unconscious on the court, and you still out there, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me stop. That is crazy, though. That is crazy. Bird was not worried about his health at all. He was worried about winning this game.
I've never met an athlete that would play with pain the way he does, and an athlete that's so highly self-motivated as Larry Bird.
That's what that is for sure. You're right.
People's pain threshold are different. Some guys will dislocate a finger and go ahead and play with it. Some guys can dislocate a finger and be out 6 weeks. I think it's just something within your body that some guys have a good pain threshold and some don't. But to me, you know, I was just so glad I got the NBA and made it. I didn't want some little injury messing up my whole season, so I tried to play through it.
Barry's just happy to be there, man.
When Larry returned, the Celtics went from losing by 3 points to winning by 13 points in a matter of minutes.
But they come right back at you.
This man changed the game by himself. Hurt.
I think it's really a mental thing that, you know, Larry's on the court now. Hey, now we got our leader back. We got a big option here we can go to down the stretch during the game. And you know, he's just a big emotional lift when he's on the court, too.
3-point play for Bird. Bird ahead of the field. And it's the Celtics by 13.
The fans at that point wouldn't.
Persons, where you at? I see Bird out here. I don't see no 3-point celebrations. I don't see none of this, none of this. Hold on, let me think of none of this. Where you at, Persons? Where your shots at? Bird came back, you silent.
And it's the Celtics by 13.
The fans at that point wouldn't let the team lose because of what Larry was doing.
The fans would let him lose.
Giving away 3 inches to Bird, who's trying to post the ball through the foul.
Nah, Bird was hyped this game. The fans were hyped, Bird was hyped, and I bet when they found out what he did after, how he messed his face up, they were like, oh my. They were like, oh my, Bird.
Bird, who does the bulk of the work on the defensive boards, is always looking down the floor and just gets it out over the top of Reggie Miller. And he's going to lead this group with a little bit of emotion, and then also by taking it strong to the basket, showing them how it's to be done.
Through all of the pain and injuries, Larry Bird came back and led this Celtics team to a victory.
Oh, that's bad.
Proving that there's a big difference between being a good player and being the greatest of all time. Because today's players just aren't built like they used to be.
Mike, rarely do you see this kind of emotion from Larry Bird.
Now, but Larry Bird is answering the challenge put forth to him by Chuck Person and the Indiana Pacers, and he's letting it all hang out today.
I'm talking about today's player. When you look at Larry in that game, and Bob Hill says he's coming back and be ready for him, would today's player come back in a game like that? Now with load management, where agents and managers are saying you got to take care of your body and your product. And it's true, you know, I mean, your body is your livelihood.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Jordan playing with 104-degree temperature.
Yeah.
A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
Larry, we just talked about that game, you know. With
Isaiah Thomas against the Lakers in '88, 25-point period on a bad leg.
He's got to be hurting and limping. Thomas goes up, and Isaiah Thomas having an incredible period.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know. Maybe
okay, IT, I didn't watch your highlights there.
Boston 110, Indiana 96. 4 minutes gone by.
Bird, what happened?
Bird again ends up on the floor. Bird again.
You see that face Bird made, bro? He was like, man, my body's failing me again. He was like, man, oh man, body's failing again.
And ends up on the floor, and he was pushed by Person.
Person stepping up with the blind screen right in the area that Larry Bird does.
Nah, he was mad at Persons for pushing him. Right in his back, too. That's crazy.
I think 4 or 5 years you'll think back about what he did, or you'll just, you know, you'll go that. I think it's one of those things that as the years go by, it'll become bigger and bigger and bigger.
And it is all over. The Boston Celtics terrific series have defeated the Indiana Pacers. They won it in 5 to advance to the second round.
I already have a lot of respect for Larry Bird, but the way he played today, it's just like the stuff you tell your kids about. And I told him at the end of the game, I've never seen anything like that.
Truly amazing, and it's courageous, and all those other things. And he's the leader. He is the leader of the Celtics, and he will be until he retires.
I've known Chuck for a while, and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
Performing on the
That's the greatest Celtic of all time right there.
One step in my journey.
Larry Legend. The one and only Larry Leader.
Jimmy John's finally has toasted sandwiches.
Larry Legend, the leader.
Chicken bacon ranch.
But hey man, if y'all enjoyed that video, hit that like button. Comment down below your favorite part of the video. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Torie Sama. I'm out.